for joining me on this Mindful Money journey. I'm Ilana. I'm the founder of Mindful Money Coaching. And I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about me and how I got into this Mindful Money coaching and created this course so that it can help people like yourself to unlock and discover more about themselves and their money and how to live a more prosperous life. I grew up in South Africa with a mum that was widowed at a very young age and having to look after 5 children. I grew up with something that is known as scarcity mentality, which comes from poverty. I grew up with always comparing myself to the other children, knowing that I was different because I never had the same as them. My mum worked quite a few jobs to make ends meet, to look after us. And I vowed subconsciously that when I had children one day, my kids were going to have a different reality. My children were not going to go through what I'd gone through growing up. I used to go to birthday parties and my mum often couldn't afford to buy me a gift to take to the child whose party it was. And there were lots of things along the way through my life where I knew that we were going without. I had to wear my brother's hand-me-downs. I didn't have a choice, and I wanted a very different reality for my children. So when my children came along, they had everything from designer toys to designer clothes to private schools to the expensive birthday parties, and I was just giving so much to them. I did not realize why I was doing this. I'd subconsciously made the decision possibly when I was younger, but I didn't understand why I was doing it. What happened was that it caused a lot of financial burden and a lot of financial stress on my husband and I. I managed to get all the credit cards full. I kept spending. Often when the credit card statement would arrive, my husband would tell me that the amount on top of the card is it's not a target, it's a limit, and then I must stop trying to go for the target. Obviously, this caused a lot of fights and a lot of upset. But I didn't know how to do anything differently. I did not grow up understanding about money, understanding about budgets, about what we actually need, and knowing that there's enough, and knowing that my children had more than enough. And I was actually introduced to money coaching by a friend who told me that I should actually go and get help. I went after doing the money quiz. I realized that what was driving my behavior was all issues from my past, and I decided to embark on this. And then eventually became a money coach. I have helped lots of women change their money reality as well as my own money reality. And this is what this course is going to embark on and help you to do the same. What I'd like to do first is to ask you, if you haven't done it already, is to take the Mindful Money quiz. The quiz will give you an idea of exactly what archetypes are driving your behavior, which ones are passive and which ones are active. The next thing I'd ask you to do is to go into my calendar and to book an appointment with me. And I will chat through in a discovery call with you, where I will chat through and find out and explain to you exactly what your archetypes are telling you, what behaviors are very active, which ones you would like to change, and what goals do you have? Where are you planning? What are you wanting for your life? What are you wanting for your finances? I do this through the archetypes, by understanding the archetypes. And I'll just run through quickly the 8 different archetypes and how they show up in your life. I will explain also how they showed up in my life. The 8 different archetypes were discovered by Carl Jung, who was a Swiss philosopher and psychiatrist, and there's still a Carl Jung Institute in Switzerland.